some of my sisters that just walked in the room. They're not college students, but they are my sisters, so hello.
What's your name?
This next poem I wrote Sunday afternoon. My group, we just performed at the James Baldwin Scholars Brunch on Sunday. I'm also a James Baldwin Scholar. But I wrote this piece because I watched the actions of a lot of people in the audience when one of my brothers performed his piece. So this is for everybody that was there and everybody else too. I watched these white liberals cringe at the sound of the N-word, but do you cringe when my people rob, shoot, and kill one another because your people continue to limit our chances? Do you cringe when white boys make UMass women of color adhere to their sexual advances? Do you cringe when Sean Bell and Oscar Grant's families are forced to bury the ones they love because they were victims of another fucking white man and a gun? Or do you only cringe when what's happening is something you must confront? Do you cringe at the fact that we know that your cousins, aunts, and uncles still say it? Like when that bitch Dr. Laura got backed by Sarah Palin. You think me and my niggas is crazy? And I really hate the N-word, but this poem, a statement. As I learned in this classroom, in these classrooms, that white men have had their way with my sisters, and in many instances, my brothers, I'm simultaneously forced to confront the fact that this is a colorblind society. It's being told to my mother, the same woman who was called a nigga to her face as she tried to get a quality education. The same woman whose parents was robbed of their babies. Are we afraid of this word because of its history? Or afraid of this word because of quick misery? Do you cringe when a noose gets hung from a Hampshire tree, or when the gazebo gets covered in racist, sexist, and anti-Semitic imagery? Do you cringe? Do you stop it? Do you ignore it? Do you drop it? Or do you hide behind your mask of white privilege knowing that this thing, these things, these words, you never have to confront. But these are things that we have to for generations bear the brunt. So I ask you, do you cringe? Do you stop it? Do you ignore it? Do you drop it? Or do you confront our history instead of shrieking at the sound of it?